The PGA Tour is back. It is the Sony Open first up on the schedule. And Brooks Koepka back to the PGA Tour as well. That was just some headline news leaving Live Golf. I see Bryson DeChambeau is also posting ominous things right now. It feels like us golf fans may be getting some stars back soon. But for now, we have the Sony Open to look forward to, Dave. So tell me more.
Yeah, well, it's going to be fun seeing Brooks Koepka back in the tournament predictions on dimers that are not for a major. I believe he's going to make his debut at the Farmers Insurance Open. I can't remember exactly when that is, but sooner than later. And I mean, the drama around that has just been incredible, to be honest. But until Brooks makes his debut, we'll be looking at everybody else in the field. And yeah, like Greg said, we're starting off the Sony Open in Hawaii. Just quick little background on the tournament and what we're looking at this weekend. It's a 120 player field opening event of the season because they skipped last week's event due to, I believe, droughts in the area where that tournament is held. 4 of the top 10 world ranked golfers are in this: Russell Henley, former champion, JJ Spaun, Robert McIntyre, Ben Griffin, who's a 3-time winner last year. Defending champion Nick Taylor is back in this. And there are 22 first-time appearances on this, which is going to be pretty important, I think, when you look at the whole field, which we'll get to in a bit. Well, right now, 61st edition of this tournament, it's the only course it's ever been at. So I'll probably say this multiple times, but familiarity here is pretty paramount. The only rookie to ever win was Russell Henley back in 2013. 3 of the last 4 ended in a playoff. Just lots of benefits to someone who has been here at this course and experienced this course. Even if they haven't had previous success, they will have a major leg up over the players who have not. Par 70, just over 7,000 yards. Greens are pretty big for a par 70 setup, but the rough gets pretty thick at its highest length, with 3 inches. So it's pretty heavy penalty for missing the fairways here. You're going to want to favor guys who are good on approach, good putting with the big greens, and driving accuracy, which you probably prefer over raw distance. Could be a little wind in play here. It is in Hawaii. It's set off the shoreline, so it's not like right up against the coast for most of it. But anybody who's a little more accurate than power is probably going to have an additional edge. So accuracy, good putting, and familiarity with this course are probably going to be the things that'll help you find a winning formula. Now I'll pull up our predictions, and we're just going to look at a couple guys who get value from the model. I'll talk through them real quick, and then I have one guy who doesn't have a major edge, but a little bit, and I like him this week as well. All 4 of these plays also get an edge in top 20, and a couple of them for top 5 and top 10 as well. So be sure to look through them. Definitely 1 or 2 ladder play guys in here, which I'll talk about at the very end. But leading things off, Ben Griffin, 11.3% probability. That'd be fair odds of plus 785. We got him at plus 1,400 as our favorite to win the tournament. He's in really great form. Like I said, 3 wins last year. Did not finish worse than T12 in his last 12 made cuts of the season. Just insane stuff. Pretty much only worse than Scotty Scheffler down the stretch. Pretty perfect fit for him here. He's golfed here 3 times. All 12 rounds have been at par or better. Leads this entire field in true total strokes gained over the past half a year. And like I said, a really good course match. If you check him, he is an edge all the way through. He would be the top ladder play alongside the next guy I'm going to talk about, JJ Spaun, who also gets an edge in all 4 placement markets as well. Spaun 7.9%, so he'd be fair at plus 1170. We're getting him at 20-1. Breakout 2025 last year, won the U.S. Open, 2 other runner-ups. This is his 3rd time here. 3rd place finish last year, and he held the lead entering the final round. Solid outing here the year before, T12. Remember, experience matters here. Spaun has really good success here in his 2 tries. Great odds here. 7th in strokes gained total. Really good on approach, 5th overall, 25th in total driving. Really good course fit here. Harry Hall, Englishman, 5.7% to win. That would make him fair at plus 1,650. He is 25-1. Pretty well rested. after 2025, but he has not golfed in about 3 months, so it could be a little rust as well. It's his 4th straight appearance here. Was a top 10 finish last season, best in all 3 tries he has had at this course. Ranked 7th in the field overall, shortly behind Ben Griffin in true strokes gained over the past half year. So really good form for him. Just again, hasn't played in 3 months, so maybe not going to be fresh off and contending. But if he picks up where he finished last summer, he had only 3 finishes outside the top 20 in the final 10 events he had. His putting upside makes him a pretty dangerous contender here. And then moving to our last value play, Corey Connors gets 4.4%. Being compared at plus 2170. He's 35 to 1. His results here last year were kind of representative of what wasn't his best season overall before he ended much better. He missed the cut at this event, but he's previously finished tied for T12 twice, T11 and T3 in 6 total tries. A lot of placements in a row right there. So he's shown his upside here. It just wasn't his best season last year, and it kind of started off that way. But down the stretch, he ended really well. T4 at the Tour Championship, finished 7th and tied for 5th in some invitational events in December. Pretty solid course fit. 25th overall off the tee, 23rd ranked driving accuracy, 39th in approach. Definitely worth a look, especially at 35 to 1. And then who I would call my pick, he's still got an edge, just not high enough to hit our threshold for a flame. But Robert McIntyre at plus 2,000, 5.5%. He's our 5th most likely winner, so he still gets a lot of love from the model. Couldn't find a win last year on the tour, but he managed 2 runner-ups, 4 other top 10s. This is his 3rd trip here. Hasn't played very well in the past, 52nd and 53rd place finishes, but he did make the cut both times. His skill set does fit pretty well. 39th in putting, 40th on approach last year, but 14th total overall strokes gained. If you can just kind of put it all together, there's no reason he shouldn't find himself down in the mix. I'm a little surprised to not see him shorter than plus 2,000. And I think we'll see him in that range a lot this year. So why not try and take a shot on him with a little edge early on at 20 to 1?
I love it. Great outlook as always. Okay, you got my attention with Ben Griffin, and I was looking this up just to sort of refresh my memory coming off the Ryder Cup. I think I'm interested in a Ben Griffin awesome season arc this year, coming off a Ryder Cup where he made the team as basically the last guy on the bench. Really wasn't used. I think he got 1 match before the singles event in the final day. And I don't know. He's on an upward trajectory. We know he's been really good. You gave the numbers for why it makes sense to bet him this week. But just as you're going through it, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Revenge Ben Griffin arc has my full attention.
Yeah, absolutely. And they probably should have used him earlier on in that cup, and maybe it wouldn't have been so close.
Yeah, there's a fair argument for it. So,
yeah.
All right, there you have it. I can't wait to bet some golf this weekend and beyond. It's a good time of year when the PGA Tour is back.